Number 23 is Ojogo Ochiko. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the list, so you can now sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yakubu Gowon Stadium at Lagos the Vehicle, and it's coming from the Lagos State Boys for Warri. We are talking about Warri Wolves. We are not commenting because University United will be charged. Party of Fire came here, and they can see live playing, and our boys should wake up. They should not look at the position. And it was trouble. That's a photo. He's a finishing line down. Very fun game. What a way to make the fans happy. Ladies and gentlemen. End of first half.
All right, so my last for you. That's the first 45 minutes of that game. Eventually, it ended 3-1 in favor of Warri Wolves, but the beauty and the quality of those goals is something that we want to highlight for those of you who are still trying to make up your minds about going to watch games of the Nigeria Professional Football League. We see beautiful goals. It's not all the time that we have to complain about the officiating as being the only thing around the league. The goals are also beautiful, well set up, like the ones you just saw. Kevin Itoya's goal for Warri Wolves was a beauty. Bernard Ovoke and some of those goals from Rivers United also very good to watch and see as well. All right, let me just quickly, Alfred, before we talk about the MPFL, the games to be played this weekend, let's just quickly take you to Stamford Bridge very quickly and tell you that as we predicted, Chelsea are on a comeback trail. Diego Costa in the 62nd minute has pulled one back for Chelsea. All right, so I told you there's still enough time for things to change, and it looks like Chelsea will be looking to change the result that you see right there on your screen. So Diego Costa has pulled one back. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2 at Stamford Bridge. All right, let's come home very quickly and take a look at the MPFL. Alfred, the league management company have told us that there is no reason for us to worry. There's a report about the court ruling putting an end to the league and sending the chairman of the league management company, Shehu Diko, and the chief executive officer to prison for 14 days. But then they've told us nothing is affecting the football on the pitch. An appeal has been made against that judgment, and so football goes on. The game goes on. No disruption to the league.
That's information coming because, of course, he sent the wrong signal, a very alarming one at that, when you begin to hear issues like this come up. But one thing that I have to say is that when it comes to the football on the pitch this season, it's been fantastic. Yeah. The organization has been top-notch. The guys are running the show. Yes, you don't. A lot of people look at this to say, okay, we'll get there in one day. It's not possible. And as much as you have to give them credit for, as much as the issues continue to come up, these guys have always found an ingenious way of ensuring that we play according to the rules. But you know that in this business, because of the desperation of some teams in order to remain or one advantage or the other, you find one or two issues coming up. But their response have been prompt, and of course, sanctions handed out according to the rule books, and which is key. So all other issues outside of the field of play, the assurances they've given us, I think it's okay. We'll see how events unfold.
All right, let's take a look at the fixtures for today. I beg your pardon, not today. For this weekend.
It was supposed to start today.
Yeah, it was supposed to start today with Rangers Sunshine, but that game has now been moved to Sunday. And of course, everybody's been talking about that game. Two teams in the top 5 or top 6. So I think Sunshine are 5th or 6th on the log against Rangers, who are presently 2nd on the log. Rangers want to win this game to return to the top of the log. Of course, hoping that Wiki Rivers United game the result from that game will favor them. Let me run through the fixtures, Alfred, and I'll come to you. That game will also be live on cable TV, Rangers Sunshine, and then we're going to be having Enyimba MFM in Port Harcourt, also live on cable TV. The rights owners, Super Sports, are going to be showing those 2 games live at the same time. That's the first time we'll be seeing 2 games at the same time going live.
You have an option of watching.
If you don't want to watch
the one you want to watch,
you can watch the 2. You can watch the first half of Enyimba MFM, and then watch the second half.
During halftime, you see highlights.
You see the highlights of the 2. All right, and then we're going to be having Wiki against Rivers, 1st against 3rd. That's a massive encounter. 1st against 4th. I beg your pardon. 4th against 1st. In that one. Lobby against Ifeanyi also launching a very massive challenge for the title, and it will be good for us to see what they make of that visit to Makurdi as well. Warri Wolves against Shooting Stars is more like a relegation 6-pointer. Both teams will need the result from that game to be absolutely sure. And then you have Plateau United against the high-riding Ikorodu United, who have played 5 games without a loss so far. Will the unbeaten run continue, or will Plateau United put an end to it? That's what we hope to see. Abia Warriors against Nasarawa United. Abia Warriors are really trying to keep their head above the waters. But let's see what they make of this game against Nasarawa United. Kano Pillars against Ekanemi has been postponed till Wednesday. You know the reason why? Because Ekanemi will be playing Heartland tomorrow. And then you have Heartland against Tornadoes, also postponed till Wednesday for the same reason. They will be playing in Maiduguri tomorrow, and so their game will now come up on Wednesday. Alfred, very quickly, let's talk about this game. This is a big game. Sunshine, Rangers, that's a big game. Sunshine said they won the continental ticket, and they have to get the result in Enugu if they are serious about it. And Rangers need to go back on top with a win, while hoping that Wiki will do them
result elsewhere.
Wiki will do them the honors in Bauchi.
I think Wiki will be under pressure. For me, I think Wiki will be under pressure
because they also won a continental ticket.
Because they want if they led till about the last minute against Nasarawa United in their last away game.
Up to the 89th minute.
Up to the 89th minute, they were leading in that game very comfortably, and only for
in 2 minutes they lost it.
The free kick by Sosa Agunova undid them in that encounter. So they know that they have to keep pressure, because the price for all of this is that the first 3 spots, the first 2 spots, play
automatic CAF Champions League.
Champions League, and for the 3rd spot, so there's so much to play for
at stake
between the 1st and the 6th. So for Rangers, they're hoping that they'll go back on top if they get the result against. And from good authority, Enugu, they've been adequately motivated and encouraged by
to
the
take out Sunshine the way they took out Rivers United
by the governor. And the cathedral, as they call it, has become an invisible place.
The cathedral the other name is the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. That's what they call the cathedral now in Enugu. That's where you go to worship. That is where Rangers will have their worship, and the fans come out in the numbers. And that's one good thing this season. The Rangers fans, unlike in the past, the stories that we used to hear about Rangers at this time of the day, they've not paid us for 5 months, they've not paid us for 6 months, they are still owing all this or that. None of those stories. And with a young coach like Imama Amakakabo, they've been able to put all of that. Yes, there have been bumps here and there, like what happened in Ibadan against Shooting Stars, but then the belief is still there, and the calculation is simple. Get the result against Sunshine Stars. You have 2 home games to go. The last game against El Kanemi Warriors, also at the Cathedral, and the key game now is now beginning to look like the game against Ikorodu. They're not. I'm sure they don't want to get too far ahead of themselves. Just take it one game at a time. That's what Coach Imama has been saying. And we are playing every game as it comes. One game at a time. There's no need to project about the game that is three games away. Further down the road, when you have not won the one that you will miss it. You miss it if you lose focus. All right. So those are the games to look forward to this week. A lot of very exciting matches, and I want to urge you. Stanley Guma, he said that Rivers United will have to play with belief. Yeah, against Wiki Tourist in Bauchi. Godwin Obaje, top scorer in the league, plays for Wiki Tourist. Rivers United probably have learned a few lessons from the way they capitulated against Rangers. Lobby seems to be the only team that have escaped from the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium in Bauchi. And Lobby Stars, the ones that really got Wiki Tourist into all of this trouble by drawing against Wiki in Bauchi, and that is where all of the problems. This season, there's no team that hasn't dropped points at home, except El Kanemi Warriors in Maiduguri. When they moved to Maiduguri, they are the only ones that are here to drop points. All right, so anything can still happen. I tell people that look. The era of thinking that you cannot lose at home is gone. It's gone for good. Now that the LMC have also announced heavy sanctions on referees who are, not doing what they should be doing, anything can happen. This once again, Rivers United, Kelvin Etoya of Warri Wolves, excellent football. Excellent football. Ageless Rotimi Sunday. Showing what he can what he can do. And of course, Kelvin Etoya had a chance again. This is swift counter-attacking football. Kelvin Etoya on the right, he goes in, he cuts in beautifully, and then smashes it in with his left foot. Fantastic strike. And this is away from home. A team so confident, positively going forward. Yeah, so it's good. Once again, try and watch games this season if you can. For fans who are, like you mentioned, undecided on what to do with the Nigerian Premier League, there's a revolution out there. People are beginning to talk about, talk about the Nigerian Premier League teams like my team. They now call it my team, my Rangers, my Heartland, my 3SC. They want to own these things, and it's happening, and it's good that I think the people that have made this possible, that a lot of people don't want to talk about the media. For the last 2-3 years, the media has been consistent in talking about the Nigerian Premier League. There is no program worth its salt now that you run your program daily on whether radio or talking TV, about football without talking in Nigeria, about the Nigerian League. Nigerian Premier League. And I think it's one day when the rules are called. We'll be on the. Honestly. For all of us, for you especially, I know that with this program, with this platform, you've done so much for the nine. And we have we just have to. We have to. We are condemned to until our league becomes comparable to what you see in England and Spain and in some of the major leagues in the world. We'll talk about the Nigeria National League. It's resuming this weekend when we return from this break.